Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching His word in all sincerity and in truth. Now, what I want to say beginning of this video is, we are in this man's society. We are in 2018. It is not advisable to strike anyone outside of the laws regarding self-defense. So wherever you live, whether you are in America, Britain, France, I suggest that you learn what the law of the land is where you are, states in regards to self-defense, because that's the only way you are going to be justified under this man's law in regards to beating anyone, is under the protection of self-defense. Now, if you strike someone outside of self-defense, the definition of self-defense in the constituency where you're from, you are going to be liable to be charged with assault. Now, whether or not, in my or your opinion, you are morally right to assault that person, when it comes to the law of the land, it doesn't matter what's moral. What matters is what they write in the letter of the law. All right, so you shouldn't be putting your hands on anyone for any reason. And if you do, and it isn't self-defense, just know, regardless of the reason you provide, you're going to go down, mate. You're going down, mate. You're going to do some time in Belmarsh. And that's that. Now, what I'm going to speak of right now is biblical doctrine and the way the world is going to turn to in the kingdom of heaven, where righteousness and just weights and measures and balance is going to be exerted on the earth. Now, there's a video of an owner of a pizza Milana brutally beating or whatever a black woman. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know the full details of this particular situation, so I can't say whether the guy was right or wrong to put a whooping on this so-called black woman. And that's the point I'm going to make. According to biblical doctrine, biblical understanding, and discernment, whether or not a man or a woman is assaulted, right, whether or not it was right or wrong depends on the situation. Just because it's a woman does not make it automatically wrong. See, what people want to do is, when they comment on these things, if it's a fight between a man and a man, automatically every person judges in their mind who was in the right or who was in the wrong in the situation. But when it comes to a man or a woman, automatically in the West, beginning with America, the woman is automatically right and the man is automatically wrong, which is incorrect. It's illogical. Because you cannot tell me, logically speaking, that there is a right time when a man can beat and a wrong time, but with a woman, it's always a wrong time. In what way? That's madness. And I'm going to read a couple comments here. I want to get through real quick because I want to bring a story out in the scriptures to show my point. Now, this woman, high double L for life, says no man has the right to hit or beat a woman. There is no justification for any man beating a woman. Now, first and foremost, man, that's not according to the scriptures. That's not according to the scriptures. That's not according to the Most High. That's according to this woman, because she wants the license for women to walk around the earth and doing whatever the hell they want and not have to face any physical repercussions for their actions like everyone else on the planet does. But then they want to be equal. This is some bullshit. And then you get simps like this guy, the emotional simps who probably was raised in a single parent household. Guaranteed he's from the West. He ain't from West Africa, or he's from the West. All right. Now he's made a few statements. He's saying a man is a punk who hits a woman. What do you? In what way? In what way? Right? Let me show you a few of this man's symbology. He said, I'm giving men license to do whatever they want to black women. That's an emotional response. I'm not giving anyone license to do anything they want to anyone, and I never would. Yeah? All I'm simply saying is to say that in any given situation, a woman is justified, a black woman is justified, But then you don't apply that same thing to a man just because a man is a man and a woman is a woman is illogical and emotional. Because what you're doing is giving license for the woman to run her mouth and disrespect and do whatever she wants like she's God. She's not God, okay? She's not God, okay? All right, and I've seen it. I used to work in retail with one super soldier Nigerian security guard, man. This dude was a beast, okay? He's the kind of guy that most men you ain't gonna wanna play about with. Let's just put it like that. Yeah, this dude should have been in a straight up Biafra army, man, fighting in the war. And I've seen how men pay him his respect and deal with him with respect. And I've seen certain women come up in the store and completely disrespect him beyond all measure. Simply due to the fact that they know that he ain't going to put his hands on them. And you telling me that's right? You telling me it's right? So you're giving women the license to run around and basically disrespect who they want without facing the same repercussions as everyone else on the planet? Give me a break. That's not logical, my man. That's emotional. Whether you're weak or strong does not give you the right to disrespect. Whether you're weak or strong does not give you the right to disrespect. Now, if you're a strong person and you are abusing or taking advantage of a weaker person for no damn reason, that's a different thing. But if you're a strong person, that doesn't give a weak person the right to disrespect. Point blank, period. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. It's got nothing to do with who was strong and weak. It's got to do with who was right and who was wrong. Yeah, if a guy's 2 foot shorter than me and he disrespects me, he should get his ass whooped the same way a guy that's 2 foot taller than me would get his ass whooped. Simple as that. Whether it was right or wrong, hypothetically speaking. All right. Now, he made another statement down here. He said, I have never seen a man that beat on women do the same towards men. And that's a lie. That's a fucking lie. See, they like to push this narrative that a man that would put his hand on a woman wouldn't put his hand on a man. That's a fucking lie. That's not logical. That's madness. Right? Because I've seen it. If they were real men, they would take out their anger on men. This man would never have done this to a male customer that makes him... And well, let's put it the other way. Let's put it the other day. If it was a man, would he have disrespected like that? If that was the case. You see, it goes both ways. But like I said, in this particular case, I'm not dealing with this guy at all because I don't know the full circumstances. Like I said, I'm not here advocating just beating up women for no fucking reason or advocating beating up men for no fucking reason. And like I said at the beginning of the video, hypothetically, is one thing. But in this man's society, you really shouldn't be beating on anyone, period, for any reason, or you're going to face the full brunt of the law of this world. But in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be all different, trust me. This man would never have done this to a male customer. That makes him, and anyone who thinks this is right, a punk. Such anger that leads to beating women or thinking they should be beaten by men is a loss of control of emotions. But then he would apply the same thing to a man beating on a man. You see what I'm saying? So these guys, these simps, are enablers. And that's why you see all over YouTube, you got women talking crazy, acting crazy, doing all kind of madness to men. Because in their mind, they're above reproach. They have no fear. They're not being respectful. They don't need to be respectful because there's no need to show respect because they're not going to get no reproach. Now, I'm going to get an instance in the Holy Scriptures. And the Scriptures say the things written aforetime were for our learning. Now, you had a woman in the Scriptures whose name was Athaliah. Now, she was an Israelite woman who was married to a wicked king named Jehoram. And he was wicked and she was wicked. Now, you could read up the story for yourself, but basically what happened was Jehoram died and their son they had together came into power. And the son was wicked too. They were idolaters, and she was encouraging her son in idolatry. So she was an idolater. Her son was an idolater. Now the Lord had it where when the Lord raised up a righteous man, right, which was it, Jehu? Yeah, Jehu was a righteous man. Jehu, in the spirit of the Lord, killed both of them. Right? I'm gonna read it here, then I'm gonna get in the scriptures. After Jehoram's death, Ahaziah became king of Judah, and Athaliah was queen mother. Ahaziah reigned for 1 year from the age 22 and was killed during a state visit to Israel along with Jehoram of Israel. Right? Jehu assassinated them both in the Most High's name and became king of Israel. He had Athaliah's entire extended family in Israel put to death, ending the Omri dynasty in Israel. Right? For her part, Athaliah seized the throne of Judah and ordered the execution of all possible claimants to the throne, including the remnant of her Omri dynasty. However, Jehosheba, Ahaziah's sister, managed to rescue from the purge one of Athaliah's grandsons with Jehoram of Judah named Jehoash, who was only 1 year old. Jehoash was raised by Jehosheba's husband, a priest named Jehoiada. As queen, Athaliah used her power to establish the worship of Baal in Judah. 6 years later, Athaliah was surprised when Jehoiada revealed that Joash lived and proclaimed him king of Judah. She rushed to stop the rebellion, but was captured and executed. Yeah? So she was put to death by the men of the Lord, man, because she was wicked and evil. Now, according to this punk, they should have basically left off and leave her alone, man, because she was a woman. Nah, man, they put her to death, man. They put her to death, man, because she was wicked, man. All right? What the hell are you talking about, man? About you put your hands on a woman you ain't ever justified. They were justified in the sight of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for putting her to death, man. The hell are you talking about? Clown. Now this is the moment when they put the proper king on the throne and took this bitch out. 2 Chronicles 23. Then they brought out the king's son and put upon him the crown and gave him the testimony and made him king. And Jehoiada and his sons anointed him and said, God save the king. Now when Athaliah heard the noise of the people running and praising the king, she came. Let me read that again. Now when Athaliah heard the noise of the people running and praising the king, she came to the people into the house of the Lord. And she looked, and behold, the king stood at his pillar at the entering in, and the princes and the trumpets by the king. And all the people of the land rejoiced and sounded with trumpets, also the singers with instruments of music, and such as taught to sing praise. Then Athaliah rent her clothes and said, treason, treason. Then Jehoiada the priest brought out the man of the Lord, brought out the captains of hundreds that were set over the host. And these were real men. Yeah, you ain't a real man. Okay, these were real men. Okay, and said unto them, have her forth of the ranges, and whoso followeth her, let him be slain with the sword. So they killed men that were following her, and they killed her. So I don't know what the hell you talking about. And I ain't telling you to go out there and kill no woman, right? I'm just using this scripture as an example of how, right in the scriptures, the righteous judgment came down on men and women, man. So it depends on the situation, all right? For the priest said, slay her not in the house of the Lord. So they laid hands on her, and when she was come to the entering of the horse gate by the king's house, they slew her there. So I guess they were punks, right? No, she was wicked, and she got her judgment, and her judgment was righteous, man. About a man ain't ever justified. Man, look, man, you people are gone. Illogical, man. All right? Just to recap on the story again. You had a wicked Israelite king who had a wicked Israelite wife, and they had a wicked child after them, and they had some other children too. And the Lord had it where he died, he got put to death, she got put to death, and their son got put to death, and another was put on the throne from the family line. All right? And it tells you here who it was. It was Jehoash. Alright? She was wicked, man. When you read the story, she was wicked, man. Beyond wicked. So she got judged, man. Alright? She got judged. Under religion, Baalism. Alright? You read about this Sunday. He only reigned for a year. The simple-minded nigga. The Lord had him get taken out. The simple little son they had that was on the throne. What was his name? Yeah, Ahaziah. This guy, he only reigned for a year. Right? But he was wicked too. Look, it tells you this. Under the influence of his mother, Athaliah, Ahaziah introduced forms of worship that offended the Yahweh Shem Yahweh, man. So she was wicked, man. Her husband was wicked, she was wicked, and she raised up a wicked son, Ahaziah, and the Lord took all of them out and put a righteous king in rulership, man. Alright? Which he was still of the line of David. Let me show you that. Jehoash. Alright? There you go. It was Ahiah's son, but he ruled in righteousness. But that whole Ahaziah and his mother and his father, they were taken out, man. Alright? So that's that. So, hey, man, that's biblical. So if you call yourself believing in the Bible, you ain't supposed to have this personal viewpoint when it comes to women. This madness here. No man has the right to hit or beat a woman. There is no justification for any man beating a woman. If you're in the spirit and you're dealing with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you ain't supposed to be letting this kind of madness come out your mouth or enter into your mind. If you got this kind of madness in your mind, you're gonna be destroyed. Point blank, period. This guy E. Walker, if he don't repent, he's gonna be destroyed. All right. Cause this is destruct. This is necrosis right here. This is madness, and this only leads to more death. And with that, I'm gonna say again, this is biblical doctrine. All right. Now, in this man's society, I'm gonna say it one more time. In this man's society, yeah, you do not want to assault for any reason a man, a woman, a child, a dog, cat, anything, or you going to jail. Because according to the laws of this man's system, the only time you could put hands on anyone is pursuing, it's got to be within the jurisdiction of self-defense. And that differs from state to state, country to country. So you better learn it. Otherwise, you might find yourself out in a bad situation real fast. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.